I don't know, but music is pretty cool. There is a certain art to the sound of it. I listen to it a fair amount, although not fully exploring more current genres. With that kind of interest in a craft, it gets harder to pick your favorites. There are undeniable masters, however, like the Beatles, the Ramones, and, um, on Christ, there are a lot. Here, uh, but then there is him, almost a mythological creature in his own right, David Bowie.
I'm an alligator. I'm the mama, papa calling for you. I'm the space invader. I'll be a rock and roller bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. You're squawking like a big monkey bird. And I'm busting up my brain for the words. Keep your electric eye on me, babe. Put your right gun to my head. Press your space close to my nose.
Bowie is an icon of massive stardom that lasts even 7 years after his passing. Tell me, have you not heard the phrase ground control to Major Tom, or the iconic red and blue lightning bolt, or of the man Ziggy Stardust? All of those were David Bowie, influencing his genre and a generation.
Know you really care. Make me jump into the air. Yeah.
Acting as characteristics such as the aforementioned Ziggy Stardust, or Aladdin Sane, a creative take on Aladdin Sane. He is truly a man of mythological proportions. What I've been wondering, however, is if it was by pure chance that while I write this, I listened to his Changes 1 album. He went as far as influencing the album organization of the Pixies and later Nirvana, the style being loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud, loud, quiet. There's a certain novelty to David Bowie's style, a style that appeared because it didn't conform to the normality of then society. The state the style was an epic statement on the gender proportions of the era as well.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. And there's a starman waiting in the sky. He told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children use it, let the children use it, let all the children boogie.
Bowie is a wonderful singer, but we really see a specific overall quality state that he wanted. We see an example of this in the song Changes. Listen to this bit.
Quite the same. And these children that you spit on as they try to change their worlds, they're immune to your consultations. They're quite aware of what they're going through. Changes. Changes. Don't tell us to grow up and out of there. Changes. Changes. Pretty soon you'll get for something on next man.
This could mean an assortment of ways to perceive, but I take it as be who you want to be, using lines such as immune to your consultation and must be aware what they're going through will refer to puberty, but also a certain transgender undertone, which is an enormous reach by David Bowie standards. Maybe I'm looking too deep into this. Maybe I'm looking into this too much. However, you see that Bowie must have made some children understand themselves.
Pretty soon now you're gonna get older.
Mr. Stardust has long album names. I mean, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and The Spiders from Mars. Long as hell. Bowie is no doubt the single most influential solo artists of all time. His most popular album, Ziggy Stardust, has some of my favorite songs of all time. Starman, his most popular song, is such a singable song with an awesome guitar riff. I sang it for my audition for my plays at school. The title song, Ziggy Stardust, is just Bowie being awesome at making music for several minutes. Another hit of this particular album is Moonage Daydream. This is one of those songs that is everywhere but TikTok. This is Bowie's most rad song, but in any case, it is one of Mr. Stardust's greatest. As you can probably tell, this shot Bowie into popularity with another release, his most memorable to date. He was deemed one of the greatest of all time. The release went something like,
Ground control to Major Tom. You've really made a grade, and the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the caption if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground.
the song was called Space Oddity. The song was called Space Oddity, and hey, he stole that from me. Come on, it's blatant. He stole that from me. Sadly, David Bowie passed away in 2016, which is really sad to see. But there has to come a point for that. David Bowie is so important and influential to the entire scene of music, and he could just be my favorite artist in music history. Bowie did so much with how he portrayed himself into music, and his characters are iconic. And there's really just no turning down how beautiful, and how much style there is to Bowie's creativity.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa calling for you. I'm the space invader. I'll be a rock and roller bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. You're squirming like a people and I'm busting up my brain for the world. Keep your electric eye on me, babe. Put your right gun to my head.
Well, guys, I guess that's it. This is my first video about music, and it was pretty fun to make. As you can tell, I listen to Bowie frequently. In fact, I own a Bowie record and t-shirt. But this is where I'm gonna shell real quick, because this video is definitely going to get copyright claimed, like all my videos. So I set up a Patreon with different tiers of donation from $3 to $10. Give me your cash. All that aside, my videos have been getting some traction, so I can't thank you enough. The Cinema List Awards took forever to make, as did this, so I would really appreciate your subscription. So anyway, I hope that after this, you do a Discog dive on David Bowie and find out new information about him. I'd personally suggest this video over here because it is really interesting and it is edited extremely well. Anyway, I'm doing Aladdin Sane for Halloween. Bye!